Hello and welcome to the daily DMC5 news. What?
DMC5 news? What?
Yes,
they said they were done. They said there would be no more.
Yeah, they said so, Mr. Ryman and Mr. Iceway, but apparently there is now a DMC5 special edition where they're adding one new playable character. Ooh.
Oh, who could it be?
Gee, I wonder.
I'm going to reveal it right here. It is a sock puppet, finally playable. Oh, I've been waiting so long. Oh,
You're
so
well,
long.
they
in the
almost got it right.
spotlight. Your 15 minutes of fame.
Oh, he looks so cool. Oh, look at that gameplay! Oh, wow!
Oh, you have telekinesis? Neat.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's
What's in here?
it's this guy. It's this guy.
Die.
You may now be motivated, at least for a few minutes.
I'm
I am
very
motivated. Scum.
If our positions were...
This is fancy key art, by the way.
Very,
It looks
very
so
high
cool.
resolution fancy key art. It looks so badass.
Look at these eyelashes!
Wow.
There's fire in his eyes.
Okay, we can maybe just run the trailer. I only seen the trailer once so far, so I don't mind seeing it again, and then I can like run through all the features they've announced for the special edition.
Ah, yes, the features.
Oh, passionate! Oh no, look away.
Scandalous.
I will look more intensely.
Oh god.
It's $40, by the way. That's the price of this, and it's for PS5 and Xbox. Oh god, that does say the line. We're stretched.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Raytracing. That's a new feature, Raytracing.
Yes.
Reflections.
Won't be different. Would I have your life? And you mine? You a demon?
You are
angle.
demon. Do you think that's a new cutscene, like a variant of a cutscene in the special edition?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because this is like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot more from Virgil's view.
You a demon?
Yeah, they're probably doing what they did with like DMC3 special edition, where there's like a new intro cutscene, but the rest of the game is the same.
Yeah, I hope it's not made for the trailer. I feel like I'm a little bit suspicious now after doing a bunch of Soul Calibur 6 trailer podcasts where they have made cutscenes all over trailers.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's Virgil. Look at him.
But he's
Yeah.
finally here.
It only took him a year.
It's kind of weird. So he was modded into the game, and people have been like trying to restore more of his moveset because he's part of the game controlled by AI in an ending sequence. So he's technically already a player in the game, but when you try to mod in his moveset, like it's super unstable and wonky unless you like do a lot of work with it, which people have done. And a lot of these moves are part of the moves that you can use in the game already.
Except this one.
So yeah. So I didn't bother to rip this video from a modder, but someone found like months ago that this attack which is happening right here, I'm modifying the wrong value. How do I change playback speed? There we go. Like this attack right there is actually part of the game. Like people data mine it, and it is possible to use if you mod it in. But it seems like it's now finally usable for the first time in the special edition.
With proper effects and all.
So like Virgil transforms into V here. Is that what happens?
Yeah, like he
Yeah.
stabs himself with Yamato,
Yeah.
and then
I assume this is like a special attack where you V for like a second and then you go back to Virgil again. That's my assumption here.
yeah, safe assumption to make, I think.
You do see all these minions for a little bit though. Yeah, you don't get to see the end of that move.
But man, yeah, like if he has that in addition to his DMC4 special edition moveset, like Virgil's gonna be so fucking OP.
Oh yeah, they mentioned
Legendary
more
Dark Knight?
features. Yeah. So you'll get Bloody Palace, which was added as a patch in the
Yeah.
original game. And I think Turbo mode is briefly shown in one of these clips.
Right after this.
I think I saw a mention somewhere that it would be like 20% faster.
And there's Legendary Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quite a few enemies.
Just a few.
Like I was so excited during the reveal that I completely missed all those scenes.
Is that the end of the trailer? Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Dante's mom who's on screen for a whole minute.
So one thing not shown off in the trailer is that, I don't know if this is PS5 only, but also Xbox Series X, but it'll have enhanced 3D audio.
Sectus?
What?
Can you go back a little bit?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Back a little bit further.
Yeah.
And then get volume up. Volume up.
Devil may cry.
Thank you.
How long do you think they've been working on this? Do you think they had this plan before they released the game?
According to, I can just quickly look up the PlayStation blog again, but...
Oh, was it mentioned there?
Yeah, Matt Walker briefly mentioned...
I read that blog, I don't remember it mentioning when they started development on this.
I'll try to find it here...
What are fates?
At last, but certainly not least, Virtual. As soon as DMC5 was announced back in 2018, the most consistent request that we got from players was for playable Virtual. When my boss, Jun Takeuchi, came to me late last year and said, let's do this. So, late last year, basically, is when they started.
Okay. So, there's another trailer they released, like a video, showcasing...
Oh.
I haven't even watched this yet. Like, yes, that's Matt Walker, the producer on the game, right?
I'm the producer
Yeah.
of
I love
DMC5 SE.
So this video focuses on Raytracing stuff, so, right? I haven't seen this yet.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it, but yeah, it's literally all about the ray tracing.
That we wanted to take just
Oh
a
my
couple
god, he
minutes
said 60
to show
FPS.
off one of those new features, Raytracing.
Raytracing.
First up, let's take a look at how reflections are going to take advantage.
Oh, I'm
of
covering
these
text, I'm
capabilities.
sorry. Please don't hate me.
Thanks to Raytracing, we're
Text
gonna be
appears
able
in
to
different
now
places in the whole
calculate
video, so you
what
might have a
should be
little
seen
trouble with
when
that.
looking at any reflective
I
surface. And as you
I
can
have
see
to be
here,
honest,
it's
I'm
gonna be
not
done
blown away by
Just
this
as we can see with Nero.
so far.
Yeah, because I mean,
those
when
of
you're
you
playing
who
the
are
game, you're
unaware,
not going to be stopping and
Yeah.
looking at the reflections. You're going to
Also,
be zooming through the
it's
levels.
there aren't that many reflections in the game, there aren't that many puzzles and stuff. I feel like it's mostly in Mission 2 you get a lot of that, and yeah, I don't know, it's such a minor thing. I feel like it looks fine without this, to be honest.
Graphical upgrades over the original DMC5.
It's definitely an
This is gonna
upgrade,
enable
but
us specifically
I mean,
to
knowing
create
how
more
absolutely
realistic
demanding ray tracing is, I feel like
reflections, as we
it's
see
not
here,
really worth the
and
trade-off. And speaking of the trade-off, I feel like I just mentioned this. This is mentioned in the PlayStation blog, and I feel like this is the most hilarious part of the special edition. So on the PS5, you can choose between 3 video modes: 1080p. What?
They actually mentioned that in this video that we're watching right now.
Oh, they do. Okay,
We
then I guess
find
we can
ways to
just
simulate
assume watching
reflections
this.
in order to achieve
Because
a
I find it so
specific
hilarious.
intended artistic effect. But now we have.
I
more
feel like
But,
they made it look worse.
And that
It does also
power
impact
allows us to break
the lighting. I don't know if he
limitations
says
that
that
we
during the
had
video
in
that
these
they changed the
previous
lighting
games.
also.
Yeah, later on,
Next up,
after he's
light.
finished gushing
Oh,
about
yeah.
the reflections.
As with
Yeah, here.
reflections,
That looks
Raytracing
nice.
is also going to help us trace light rays as well. And this is going to help us create more dynamic looking environments. One example that I really love is right here in this room. Notice the way that the curtains move. And as the curtains move, it affects the light shining through the window. As you can see here, this can't be done when the ray tracing is turned off.
I don't think I
Raytracing
noticed
also
lighting
enables us
changing,
to
just the
calculate
reflection
light
changing.
as it bounces between
No,
objects, which means lighting can now
Go
look
back.
even more realistic.
Okay.
And as you can
I'll
see,
point this
it
out.
affects the
So
light
if we stop
shining
here,
through the
when we got the side by side, okay, so you see how the light on the concrete part behind the curtains is red here, but it's not red here. Like the ray tracing allows it to
As you can see
bounce
here,
the light off.
I
the
do notice the entire
Like-
scene like changing lighting. I just don't notice like lighting specifically changing as the curtains move.
Yeah, I don't know why he worded it that way. Like
This can't
it's
be done when the ray
the,
tracing
the
is
fact
turned
that the
off.
light bounces and it takes on the
Raytracing
color
also
of
enables
like
us
the
to
surface it's
calculate
bouncing
light
off
as
of.
it bounces between
That's what the ray
objects,
tracing is doing.
which means lighting can now look even more realistic. And as you can see here, this is going to be most pronounced as you look at the environments.
That's a really boring book name.
The power of next gen is going to give
I feel like they
players
could have
the
had
choice
more
to experience
more comparisons of the
30
lighting.
frames per second.
Yeah, I
1080p,
don't feel like these are the
60
best
frames per second.
examples.
Oh yeah,
Like,
all right. So yeah,
Turn
he's
off
talking
the
about the
ray
resolution
tracing
options
and
here.
experience the
Yeah, I
game
might have
with
to go
frame rates
back.
up to
Oh, sorry.
120 frames per second.
I should increase the volume.
DMC5
Oh, that's the max volume.
So yeah, after
The
this,
power of next gen is going to give players the choice to experience ray trace graphics at 4K, 30 frames per second,
Oh, good
1080p, 60 frames per second, or turn off the ray tracing
say
and
such
experience the
things,
game
man.
with frame rates up to 120 frames per second.
Is there anyone in the entire world who's excited to sit down and go, oh yeah, I want to play this game at 4K, 30 FPS? Is there anyone in the entire world who wants to actually seriously consider that as an
Tracing is only
option?
one of
Anyone?
the upgrades that next
some
gen
crazy
is
people
offering.
might.
Oh,
but
man.
not
It's
me.
Devil May
This is the high
Cry!
frames that I just talked about.
the game's gonna feel so much worse.
30
Audio will
FPS!
be
It's
even
such
more
a
immersive thanks to
huge
new
downgrade!
spatial 3D audio tech. And of course, the extra horsepower and
Yeah, he
memory
mentioned
is
the
gonna give
audio
us the
tech thing.
opportunity to add new content
Yeah.
like legendary Dark Knight mode. We look forward to all of you experiencing these
See, I
upgrades
just
for
want to quickly look at
yourselves.
the lighting
More
comparison
power.
again.
I feel like there it
Light.
looks worse. Like the first
As
one
well
there,
as trace light
in
No,
the
rays
yeah,
city
as well.
streets with all the water puddles. I actually think that looks worse because of the way the pavement looks compared to the water puddles.
Yeah,
It just looks weird.
this is also like a
So-
thing I don't like about a lot of Raytracing showcases. I feel like it's less about it looking better and more about it just looking. It looks slightly different. Like like if you show this, yeah, I don't know. Like
And that power
I don't know. It's
allows
weird
us
to me.
break
So
past
I think
the limitations
one of the
that
reasons it
we
might
had
look worse is because probably as a performance saving measure, the resolution of the ray trace reflection is probably quite low to try and keep performance up. Like this is probably not a full resolution reflection.
But also like I feel like this is kind of a stark contrast with this ground being so
Yeah.
bright. I feel like
yeah, that is
Exactly.
weird. I don't know
These
why
previous
that's happening.
implementations. Next up, lighting. As
I mean,
with
here it looks
reflections,
great.
ray tracing
I think that
is
shot
also
right
gonna
there, that
help
looks
us
great.
trace
yeah, but I would also like to see with the old lighting to see if it looks much
light rays as well.
if it looks much
And this is gonna
Yeah.
help
much
us
different
create
there
Yeah,
more
because I just
dynamic
don't
Yeah, the
know.
fact that he waits to go inside
One example
to
that
show
I
the
really
difference
love
makes
is
me
right
think the
here in
only
this
real
room.
difference is the way that
Notice the way
the light
that
is bouncing
the
off the
curtains
curtains
move.
and it's taking on the
And
color
as
of
the
the curtains.
move, it affects the light shining through the window. As you can see here,
And even then, like, this doesn't look that bad. I don't know. Like, it's such a minor thing to me.
this can't be done when the
I
ray
feel like-
tracing is turned off.
I feel like if they
Raytracing
a
also
game like
enables us to
RE2
calculate
remake
light
or
as it
3
bounces
might have been a
between
better
objects,
showcase because you get
which
like
means light
very
Yeah.
will look even more
very
realistic.
varied low
Like-
And as you
areas
can
in
see
those
here,
games.
If someone had told me
This
like
is
a
gonna
year
be most
ago, oh yeah, the
pronounced
first
as we look
RE
at
engine
the
game to get ray
environments
tracing is going to be
of DMC5.
DMC5, I'd have laughed in their faces. It seemed like such a strange fit.
Also, can we just go back a little bit so we see ray tracing? R. What is that? bit?
Yar.
matey.
Army.
Ray tracing.
Oh god, the
Yar.
medic. Matt Walker, what am I doing?
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know.
Medic.
I mean, like, you're basically choosing here 30 or 60 or 60 or 120 FPS. Like, would you... Is there anyone who would sacrifice half the frame rate just for this?
Not me.
It just seems crazy to me.
For DMC, I want 60 FPS because it feels good.
The power of next gen is
I have a few other comparisons here. So this is
Mm.
RT off, and this is RT on.
It's a little brighter, it's a little shinier.
A little brighter,
Yeah,
yeah. And reflections, of course, but
I mean, the reflections are definitely better, but it's not like a mind-blowing change to me.
yeah.
And also the lighting, if you told me this was better lighting, I wouldn't be sure what to say because it just looks brighter to me.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't look better to me, it just looks different.
I can see myself.
He's not a vampire anymore.
Not by myself. Hi again. Bye-bye. Hi.
And also, like, I don't
Fine.
think there's that many parts in the game where you would see a lot of
I think-
reflections.
Like this comparison, I think this really illustrates that they have to reduce the resolution of the reflection quite a bit to maintain
Yeah.
performance because it
Yeah.
looks kind of blocky here.
And again, like, do you think the lighting looks drastically different here?
just
Brighter,
looks a-
that's it.
Yeah, it just looks a little brighter.
I wonder if, like, the scene with the curtains is one of the biggest changes, and otherwise the new lighting just looks barely different. I don't know.
I wonder if this is like a side effect of the fact that because it's so demanding, they have to go with like a hybrid approach where they combine like traditional rasterization with ray tracing instead of something that's fully ray traced, like Minecraft RTX or Quake 2 RTX, which is a far more dramatic change compared to what we're seeing here.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, if I look like close at these tanks, for instance, like the new lighting does look better, but I'm also just thinking it's at the cost of like half the frame rate. So I don't know, and also it isn't that different. It isn't. I feel like it looks more just like different than better. I don't know, it's a weird thing. I wish they had better comparisons. Although if these are like the best comparisons they could set up, then I'm definitely disappointed. I don't feel like this is
The
a
thing
big deal.
is, I think we're going to see stuff like this a lot with a lot of like the early ray tracing implementations in games. I think we're going to have to wait a while before we get the truly impressive stuff.
But
I'll be curious to see if any developer next gen like tries to do something crazy like doing a fully path traced game on these consoles with their limitations. Because
welcome to 10 FPS.
Yeah, or they'll have to go with a intentionally lo-fi art style to maintain performance.
Yeah, I mean, the only, as far as I know, the only games which do like 100% of the lighting via ray tracing is that only Quake 2 RTX and Minecraft RTX.
It's the only ones I'm aware of.
And they are both absurdly demanding. Quake 2, a game from what, like 98, is absurdly demanding today if you do all lighting via ray tracing.
Yep.
I feel like that says a lot about what we can expect with ray tracing overall.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like we might have been talking too much about ray tracing here because there are more important stuff to talk about with this DLC.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Oh god.
Gunplayed.
we should just get the biggest bad news out of the way here. Like I am disappointed. I am disappointed.
Yeah.
So we've been talking a lot about PS5 and Xbox Series X, and there's a reason for that because the old versions for PS4, Xbox One, and PC will get DLC. We'll get DLC adding Virgil. Apparently the price is $5. I don't know what the source of that is, but it sounds
yeah.
It sounds
I
believable.
remember seeing it on Twitter somewhere, but I can't remember the source, unfortunately.
But that's it. That is it. I mean, I can understand Xbox One and PS4 wouldn't really handle like ray tracing, legendary dark mode, turbo mode, and all of that, but PC can handle it, no problem. PC can handle it better than the upcoming next-gen console, yet PC only gets Virgil and nothing else.
Yeah, I bet that new 3080 could probably do 4K 60 with ray tracing just fine.
I don't even care that much about ray tracing. Like, what I want is like the Dark Knight mode.
Yeah, Legendary Dark Knight mode. That's the big thing. Like, come on.
And Turbo. Turbo is arguably also pretty big.
Turbo is at least not a huge deal because that is very easy to mod in. Actually,
yeah.
The other stuff I don't think you'll ever see as mods. Like people have tried to experiment with like adding new enemies, and I don't think people ever found a good way of doing it.
It's especially baffling because Legendary Dark Knight, it debuted as a PC exclusive feature originally.
Yeah, for DMC4 and PC, yeah.
Like, consoles got it later with DMC4 Special Edition.
Got it much later.
And now suddenly it's a console exclusive feature. What the fuck are you doing, Capcom? What are you doing? You took all of my excitement away.
Yeah, I should mention the source of this information is from an influencer called Pat. I think he works with Super Best Friends Play something. I forget what they call that.
They don't really exist anymore, I think.
Okay.
They concluded a good while ago.
But yeah, he said he spoke with people at Capcom and they told him that PC version will only get Virgil as DLC and won't get any of the other content.
They're treating the PC version the same as the last gen console versions, and that is a fucking mistake. It's the PC. It can do this stuff. It can do it.
Yeah, this reminds me a lot of like, for instance, RE5 Gold Edition, where the Gold Edition content got released like a few months after the PC version of RE5, but Capcom just went, yeah, no, we won't bother with the PC version of this. You won't get any of this stuff until 5 years later, that is.
When they also reported the whole PC port and made it worse in some ways.
It is stupid. It is very stupid.
It's especially stupid when you consider how well Capcom games have been selling on PC. I mean, the sales for Monster Hunter World on PC were fucking crazy on PC.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure
God, that
DMC5
shot's
sold pretty
good.
well on PC as well. Oh yeah, that is a good shot. It's like why you gotta do us dirty like this, Capcom?
Oh, that.
This is like a Duke 3D sprite right here. Oh, I like it.
You're an inspiration for birth control.
But yeah, here's a screenshot of Legendary Dark Knight mode, and
See, PC can do this. It can do this. We
Yeah.
have the technology. We can rebuild it.
If consoles can do it, then PC certainly can.
yeah, I mean, like PCs, like high-end PCs today are more powerful than the PS5 and Xbox Series
All right.
X.
Okay. For those that don't know, I'm going to get into some technical stuff here. The PS5 and the Xbox Series X, they both use an 8-core, 16-thread Zen 2 processor clocked at around 3.5 gigahertz. Guess what? You could buy that for PC right fucking now. It's called the AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. It exists.
Yeah.
We have this technology.
I think the only advantage consoles have is that they have better methods for transferring like data between various components fast, like hard drive and GPU and etc. But that is like being improved on PC with stuff like, I forget what Microsoft announced, direct storage or whatever.
Yeah, the direct storage API.
And also, it is not relevant with something like this, because DMC5 will not require that kind of high-end like transfer tech. It's just baffling to me. It's very baffling.
It's a super weird choice.
They haven't
I
mentioned.
do like the logo though.
Have they mentioned when the DLC will get released?
No, just
No.
at a later date, but they will have more information soon. God damn it,
Yeah.
Virtual, you're so sick.
Yeah. So the exact wording was the paid DLC that adds Virgil to the last gen versions will be released at a later date, and that physical versions of DMC5 Special Edition for PS5 and Xbox Series X would also be released at a later date. At launch, this game will only be available digitally.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the final picture and zoom in on his face again? Our positions were finally switched, but at what price?
Die.
So yeah, you
Shut
just mentioned that the digital version is day one and physical release is later, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you mention that Raytracing PS5 gets it day one and Xbox gets it as a patch later?
I did not
What?
mention that, but I did see that mentioned somewhere. Yeah. Do you have that bit of text?
I don't have it visually as a podcast tool, but I did write it down. I think it was mentioned in the press release or something.
I beg your pardon, what?
So yeah, PS5 gets ray tracing at launch, and Xbox will get it as a patch later.
I repeat myself, excuse me, what? Ray tracing exclusivity, what?
Yeah.
I
also there's also one line in the press release I really like, because I don't fully understand the point of it. There's a line which says the Xbox Series X version will be compatible with Xbox Series S.
Well, that's good.
I mean, isn't that just saying that the PS5 Pro version? PS4 Pro version of a game is also compatible with the PS4 version? I don't know. It's that wording I just feel is unnecessary and slightly confusing.
Yep.
Yeah, but I also think that's partly Microsoft's fault because they suck at naming their consoles.
Fair point. God, that's just from the main game.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess it might be.
Does his sword have ray tracing? Can I see him into his sword? Disappointed.
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 I'll just mention some other details. I'll just have the trailer running again as I go through this. So they mentioned like the origin of turbo mode in the pleasure blog. I don't know if this was
That
something
day,
they had mentioned
if our
before
positions
ever. Where
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
yeah, so they were developing DMC3 on PS2, and they were developing the PAL version, which is 50 Hz, and they were making sure the game ran at the same speed as the NTC version, which meant they had to speed all the gameplay up by around 20% or something. I guess that means that DMC3 actually was tied to frame rate gameplay-wise. But anyway, they did accomplish that, and then they also just started thinking, hey, what if we also do this with the NTC version to just make that fast overall? And then they added that to the special edition.
That makes me even more bitter about the fact that the PAL version of DMC3 Special Edition didn't have turbo mode. Because you could set it to 60 Hz on the PAL version.
Oh yeah, that is pretty silly then. Let's see. Oh yeah, and this release, special edition release, will also include the deluxe edition content and EX color pack.
Okay.
EX.
So we could be Dante.
So yeah, so just to summarize, like special edition is only for PS5 and Xbox Series consoles. It's $40 available day one digitally and then physically later. And as far as we know, all the content except for Virtual will be exclusive to those consoles, which is poop.
I hope they sort of like it's just some Capcom employee who doesn't know better yet and isn't like well informed, and they come out saying, no, PC will get all of it. Don't worry.
Guys. I have a crazy theory. It's probably not true. And there's maybe just me wishful thinking, but hear me out.
Conspiracy theorist Ryman, let's go.
So, on October 28th, AMD is going to be hosting an event where they show off new Radeon graphics cards, which are based on the same technology that is going to be in the next-gen consoles. Like, it's the same architecture, and it'll have, like, hardware ray tracing support. Now, again, this is a little crazy.
A bit crazy.
Could Capcom have perhaps partnered with AMD for ray tracing support, and they're just not allowed to talk about PC ray tracing yet, and thus... Do you see where I'm going with
AMD
this?
also get exclusive partnership for Turbo Mode and Legendary Dark Knight? I don't know. I kind of feel like...
it is a far-fetched theory. But the way that they're advertising this, it makes it sound like it's a package deal. Like you either get all the special edition stuff or nothing, or just Virgil rather.
I don't know. I think it's quite simple.
It's a long shot. I'm just holding out some hope here.
I think what happened is that they have people in suits, and they all said, "Okay, yeah, the PC version, that's the last gen version, as with the PS4 and Xbox One. So it'll have the same content as those versions because they can't handle this stuff." I think that's it. I think that's the entire line of thinking. That's what I'm willing to bet. So yeah, I think there's like a tiny bit of hope that Legendary Dark Knight mode can be modded into the PC version if modders can somehow get access to the files for Special Edition on PS5 or Xbox Series X.
That's
but I have no idea if that's possible at all, because
I mean,
Doggo.
The security of the new consoles is gonna be tight.
Yeah, and the only hope is that maybe like gripping assets from the discs wouldn't be hard. I have no idea.
Apologies for that.
And also, as I said earlier, Turbo Mode is already available on the PC via rather simple like memory editing. And then stuff like ray tracing, that people are never gonna mod that into the PC version. Like that would need official support to ever be on PC.
Yeah.
It is mainly Legendary Dark Knight mode, which I am excited about, because that would be fun to play through.
Yes.
Oh, there's so I can't remember where this is mentioned. I think it was mentioned somewhere that Virgil works in a way that you can play through the entire game as Virgil, like every single mission.
Okay.
I can't remember where that's mentioned. It might be the press release, but I feel like that makes me annoyed in a little bit, because if they're doing that, why not just make it so that you can choose any character for any mission?
Yeah. I mean, there is that PC trainer that lets you do that, and it works fine.
Yeah, that is true. It would just be nice as an official feature.
Yeah.
I was also kind of hoping that if we ever saw a special edition of this game, we would actually see the features which were data mined as something they were planning at one point, which is Divergence mode, which is what you just mentioned, like play as any character on a mission, and also co-op Bloody Palace. But those are not reality in this special edition.
At least not yet.
Yeah,
I
so...
mean, they also removed, like, Nero and Dante from the main menu screen. Like, they're taking all the features away.
yeah, what the hell, what the hell? So rude, so
Ah.
rude.
Oh yeah, so since the trailer just says digitally at launch, I guess we should mention the launch date. So PS5 is November 12th for some countries, and then November 19th for the rest of the world. And then Xbox is November 13th, I think they said.
I think that's right, yeah.
So yeah, that's when this is coming out on next gen, digitally.
I'm just rereading the press release quickly to see if I missed anything. I don't think I did.
You a demon?
But I don't know, I'm just disappointed by this being console only.
Like, I watched the PS5 event live with you guys, and when they announced this, I was so excited. It was like, oh yeah,
Same.
sure, it's becoming a PC as well.
I also, I don't know, maybe I'm asking for too much. I also wouldn't have minded, like, more, like, I don't know, maybe a few new cutscenes, maybe a few new missions, I don't know.
Lady Trish.
Like, I kind of just feel DMC4 Special Edition had a lot more bang for its buck than this.
It did.
Yeah, and also I am curious how Virgil will play, because in DMC4 Special Edition, he was just absurdly overpowered. Crazy overpowered, so much that I didn't find it that challenging or fun to play as him at times.
I mean, looking at the stuff we see in this trailer, he looks even more overpowered here. Especially when you take this into consideration.
Well, I mean, maybe this uses the entire DT gauge, who knows?
I mean, maybe, but I mean, Virgil had moves that used the entire DT gauge in DMC4 Special Edition as well.
Do you think the motivation mechanic will return from Special Edition?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
That wasn't in DMC3, right?
No.
For DMC5 SE, we've added even more interesting twists to his gameplay in addition to the return of said concentration gauge.
Oh.
Okay, yeah,
So
that's what it's called, not motivation. Motivation gauge. I guess another thing is that we only see him using the Yamato, right?
So far, yeah.
In DMC4 he had 3 weapons he can choose between, right?
And DMC3.
Yes.
Yeah, so I feel like this might actually be a simplistic version of Virgil if he only has 1 weapon. And I would assume
Unless they really go crazy with like moves for him.
I would assume that if he had more weapons, they would have shown it in this trailer. I feel like that's kind of an obvious thing to show. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's gonna be weird playing Virgil without Beowulf.
But there is that screenshot of Nero where he has like his like blue rose with his sword at the same time, like a gun blade, which makes me wonder if like the other characters are like getting new things as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Was that part of the key art or one of the screenshots?
That was one of the screenshots.
Okay. So that would be like, where is it?
Yep,
Here?
right there. Like you can see like the blue rose right there, and like next to his sword, the red queen.
That looks like a bug.
Yeah, that actually.
That,
yeah,
like,
it's
look at this
through.
clipping.
They posted it officially multiple times, so surely someone must have caught it if it's a bug.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, it does look very
like, yeah,
not
it's
right.
clipping right here. It looks. I mean, it's clipping many places. It looks like it just looks wrong.
Yeah.
Does he shoot the gun from the same hand? It does, right?
I think so, yeah.
So I wonder if they did a mistake where they like went into something like developer photo mode and they accidentally turned on like pixel rendering, which would be in that hand, although I guess the position would be like flipped. If our positions were flipped.
I was about to make the same joke, god damn it. That's a good shot though, with Dante
Yeah.
right there.
It's fancy. But I don't know, I hate being such a downer because it is super cool. We are actually getting DMC5 Special Edition. I just wish there were PC version also.
I mean, we're only
Yeah.
being a downer because this stuff looks really good, but our platform is being ignored for no reason.
Yep.
This makes about as much sense as that Mario 3D All Stars nonsense.
Oh
that Nintendo's
boy,
pulling.
that's a whole other can of worms.
Is anyone
Oh,
here
boy.
such a crazy DMC fan? You're now gonna get a PS5 or Xbox Series X just to play this?
Can't. It's too expensive. I can't.
Even if you had the money to spare, would you do it just for this? Because
Yeah.
I am a huge DMC5 fan, and I know.
I would.
Honestly, I don't know because I mean, I bought a VR headset just to play Half-Life Alyx, so I don't know if I would if I had the money.
Like
I feel like the content, like, this is exciting, but I also feel like it's a little bit lackluster because
Yeah, I guess it's not a whole new game. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, to me, the new lighting, sure, it's a neat thing, but it kind of kills performance. So I don't care that much anymore. Legendary Dark Knight mode, it's fun, but I also remember it's kind of a thing you play through once and that's it. So yeah, I mean, I am really annoyed it's not coming out for PC, but I also feel like this is not a gigantic, huge, super cool release. Like, it's neat, but not. Oh, actually, there's one thing I mentioned earlier. They did say that they're gonna show off more of DMC5 Special Edition during the Tokyo Game Show in a few weeks.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
It's next week. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, so maybe we'll see more like detailed virtual gameplay there.
Oh, Ice Wave.
Uh-huh.
More EDF6 next week.
Oh, we are the valiant
We are the Valiant Infantry, hopefully.
infantry.
Okay, is that DMC news? Shall we talk about other things?
Sure.
Sure. There was a few other things.
Okay, hold on. So we can go from DMC5 as a topic to DMC5 as a topic. So here we have a really cool character. I mean,
We already talked about you.
Oh,
we did this.
Yeah, but we have to look at all the screenshots. We didn't look at all of them. It's really cool. Like, look, it's such a cool character. Look at him. It's so cool. It's
He's blurred out almost like the game doesn't care.
See, now this is what DMC5 Special Edition should be. Like, look at this. It's so good. So good. Look at this. Wow.
Matt,
Uh,
can you imagine? Can you imagine, like, if it? I mean, I know it's probably not possible, but imagine if it was possible to apply like a realistic fur shader onto this.
I think that's been experimented with. It's actually been really difficult, like, getting this to look good in games.
Yeah.
I feel like getting the fur really right would also be super demanding. I don't know.
How does it feel to be Nero?
Eh.
Okay.
He's dead weight. No biggie. There's also more moddings happening with DMC5, like Lady with Glasses.
Oh god, here we go.
Very important, very important. Oh, Lady with Glasses, again. Very important, very yes. Good mod, good mod. Made by me, by the way. I made this mod. I made it, yeah. Again, Lady with Glasses, even in the shower. Yes, very important, very important. Yeah. We have more modding stuffs. Yeah, that's best character yet again. Best character. So did you guys know that with a free camera you can like easily read all the titles on the jukebox here?
Oh,
Like
Yeah,
This is a
this song
cute
right
Easter
here.
egg.
this
God
song.
damn it.
This is a cute Easter egg.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like. Is this actually a name of a song in DMC1?
Yes,
Yes.
it is. It's
Okay,
the,
It
un-
is.
it's the underworld music from DMC1.
Okay, just
near the end.
guess this is also.
That's
okay.
against Griffin.
Oh, this is the siren song. Jesus Christ.
Red Hot Shoes.
That's a misspelling of goddess.
There's a few misspellings here.
I like this song. Please kill me.
Yeah, I think
That's
one of
when Lucia pleads to Dante before he heads into the underworld.
Realize, regret, resolution. Okay, well, you
the-
say so.
that just sounds like a heavy metal song. Like, realize, regret, resolution.
Well, this
Oh no! Ah!
this might be the greatest DMC5 screenshot ever taken, and it
Why
doesn't
are
even need ray tracing.
Why are you trying to eat me?
Nom 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 nom.
Oh,
Oh, and did you know this? There's an umbrella logo in the van.
what?
Umbrella.
Nico is working for Umbrella. What?
Good job, Nico.
Oh.
Now design me that new devil arm so I can beat Chris Redfield in our next battle in the volcano.
And did you know that during the Virgil flashback cut scene, there's just these two in the background staring at the entire scene?
Crew Cut's doing a pose I don't remember him doing.
Oh yeah, he actually I think I can't remember if he ever used this pose, but yeah.
It's actually like a superhero landing.
One thing which is kind of fun is that you see Virgil like animate a bunch before he's ever visible officially in the scene. I feel like that's
You
kind of
should
funny.
show me that.
I could. Like it's not like drastic movement. He just like stands there. It looks like he's just getting ready to like be a part of the scene. Like shuffles a little bit
Aw.
around.
Dan Southworth off camera.
Oh, and another mod.
Oh, I see.
DMC4 lady in DMC5.
I'm going to say something controversial here. Prefer the 5 outfit.
I'll shoot you.
I got a
shoot
gun,
you.
I'll shoot you
I'm
first.
with Icewave on this one.
Like, the gloves are cool, but I still think 5 just kind of has a better outfit for her.
I think they all worked different ways. I don't know.
You just want to look at her cleavage more.
No. I think it's a cool outfit. Like I like the leather strap thing, which like goes both over and under
Why
the
does
outfit. Like,
she have a
super nice.
leather strap? Wait, I shouldn't even ask that, because why did Dante have a leather strap on his chest in 3?
You know, I guess I don't know the practical reason for it. Like I'm not really.
There isn't a practical reason. It's to draw your attention to their chest. Yes,
that's
even
all
in
the,
Dante's case.
That's all the modding screenshots. I can also quickly mention that. Well, I think we talked about this before. Like, there's a cool DMC5 co-op mod which has been made, adding AAA co-op to the entire thing, entire campaign, and Bloody Palace. There's
And it
someone
works well.
has recently made a versus mode for DMC5. I haven't tried that one yet. I should try it.
Yeah,
That
that's
seems
crazy.
pretty funny. Well, I mean, we haven't talked enough about Lady during this podcast. I have some 4K Lady screenshots we can talk about. So, now we can like really argue about what outfit is better, like DMC5 or DMC4 outfit. I was thinking
DMC5.
we could spend an hour arguing about this. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, sure.
I'm leaving.
So, first of all, I just think the jacket is really, really neat, to be honest. I think it suits her really, really well. And
Where are these guns? Do you think Dante is like using them? Did he sell them for like money, for like pizza money? What do you guys think?
I think it's been canonically stated that he actually sells the weapons he gets to, so he can actually afford the bills and everything.
It's kind of weird because he spent a lot of time like setting them off for display, but then he just sells them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you eat this?
No,
Yeah. I love pizza.
I don't.
This is Lady. Best character in
Yes,
DMC.
yes, I'm
confirmed.
aware.
That
She looks
that-
very nice.
Yeah, go back
Whoa,
once.
whoa.
That window has better class effect than the big mirror that they show ray tracing on.
Yeah. And
Still think this is the better outfit.
there's some things I kind of wish was different about the outfit. Like I feel like the jacket has. I don't know. I feel like there's just too much stuff going on. Like if they simplified it a little bit with a jacket and shirt, I think it would look better. I feel like it's over
Like the alt
designed.
color.
Hmm?
Like the EX color.
Oh yeah, I actually feel that the EX color does look better with like that's a black jacket, right, and white shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that does look better. Okay, let's actually stop talking about DMC here. I briefly included some other stuffs. For instance, this.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's a PlayStation.
Yeah,
So-
no, look at the bottom. Look at the bottom. The text at the
know.
bottom. So, shall I explain this
That's
one?
the bottom of the player. Yeah. Ryman can go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, shortly after the presentation, PlayStation uploaded the gameplay demo as a standalone trailer, and it ended on this screen, which says it's coming to PC and maybe other consoles. However, shortly after that, the video was taken down from PlayStation's official channel, and then they released a statement to Kotaku saying, "Oh yeah, that was this is a human error. This is not coming to PC or other consoles. It's a PS5 exclusive."
Oh,
And then a lot of people got very mad, myself
I
included.
don't blame them.
It's like, yes.
Do they have any other trailers with this text, or is it only this one ever? I think it's
I
like
think-
this is published by Sony, right? They own all of this, right?
Yes, they own the rights to the Demon Souls IP.
They've never released this kind of stuff on other consoles ever, like first-party games.
Well, except for like the closest would be Horizon.
But that's on PC, not on the consoles.
No, Horizon Zero Dawn. It was released on PS4 first and came to PC later.
Yeah,
No.
but like I'm saying, like this bit has never been true for anything published by Sony ever.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it's the first time
That
I've
like
ever seen
like
anything
that
this.
like if this was only PC, then I could see this being something they were supposed to have there, but not shown now. But I feel like this is completely bogus. I don't know how it ended up there, but like there's no way they would ever release first-party stuff on other consoles, right? Unless they mean like PS4.
Horizon Zero Dawn landed on PC.
Yeah, but it didn't land on Xbox or Switch.
Oh yeah, true.
Like I feel like
PlayStation,
I feel like PC is kind of like a neutral platform, while like Microsoft and Nintendo are very much competitors to Sony.
Yeah, this whole thing is just a mess. It's just
I know, right? They barely showed Ratchet.
so yeah. If you go to the official PlayStation channel now and watch the same video, the trailer is exactly the same, except this text on this screen is just gone. It's just the rest of it's the same, but this text at the bottom is gone.
It is a weird situation because Sony has like very recently started being okay with releasing some stuff on PC, like Horizon Zero Dawn, so I could see them continuing with that. But
In fact, yeah, there was a financial report lately that said that's where Sony themselves said that they were interested in bringing more games to PC.
they just like I don't see any reality where they would ever consider releasing it to Xbox. Like that's the part where I just go,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, it's a weird one.
so I feel like my only bet is that they were meant to maybe put this on another trailer, maybe for a third-party game, but they put it on this trailer instead. I don't know. I mean, I can see this screen specifically being like a generic like outro scene they use for more than one trailer with the PlayStation 5 and everything. Speaking of which, didn't they announce a price? Did we
Yes,
mention
they
that?
did. Yes, they did. So, the version,
$599.
Oh god.
not quite. So the version with the disc drive is $499, 499 euros, and 449 pounds UK.
And was it $100 less without this drive?
Yeah, so the digital edition without the disc drive is $399, 399 euros, and 359 pounds.
Why does a disc drive add a whole $100?
It doesn't cost that much. It doesn't.
Makes no
Um,
sense.
They're trying to coerce players to buy the version without a disc drive to try and get more money out of people from locking them into their digital storefront. That's the only reason it's that much cheaper.
Okay, so it's 500 with this drive and 400 without this drive.
Yes.
Well, what are the Xboxes again? I forget.
So the Xbox Series X, that's the letter, that's the 25th letter of the alphabet. That is the same price as the disc drive PS5. It's $500 US.
Okay.
And 450 pounds. The Series S, I have to stress that because Microsoft sucks at naming their consoles. That is $300 US, $299 US, and 249 pounds.
Okay, so the Series X is way. I mean, Series S is way cheaper than either PS5.
Yes, but the reason for that is that the system is actually much lower spec.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the graphics chip is much weaker than the Series X. The CPU runs at a slightly lower clock speed. It has half the SSD space, whereas with the two PS5s, they're literally exactly the same console. It's just one has a disk drive, the other doesn't.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing.
They're trying to push people towards digital. It's the only reason they're doing it.
Do they have a lot of reasons for that? I guess the motivation
They
would
get
be like.
more money from digital purchases.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
I guess I don't know exactly how. I mean, I guess it makes sense that, I mean, of course, stores get like a cut of the price. But I don't know exactly how much.
It's a
how
lot.
much goes where.
Like I swear I saw a breakdown recently. Let me see if I can find it.
I don't know if it's a controversial opinion. I think this looks really ugly.
I'm not a big fan of it either.
Could be better. Could be better.
I think I'd rather just take a box, which the Xbox is, over this. Well, I just say that purely from a visual standpoint.
It is a bit weird because I actually think the PlayStation 4 original design was actually surprisingly sleek.
Yeah.
And then I think then they made the Slim, which I think is not that pretty. But this is just kind of like it doesn't really know what it wants to be exactly shape-wise. But you know they'll make a slim model and it'll probably look great.
I also feel like the control. I feel like it would look better if it was all white or all black. I feel like the weird mixing makes it look weird. I don't know.
I do kind of like it, but I still agree. Like all white, all black would look good.
And the controller price was like $70, right? I think that was confirmed as well.
Yes.
Because
it has those triggers that like haptic feedback.
Okay.
Yeah, that actually sounds like a neat feature.
Yeah, that's true. I think that was what it was called at least. What?
Yeah, I think you're right. Haptic feedback.
Yes.
So yeah, so I found this tweet online about like pricing breakdown. So this is that leaker guy, industry analyst guy, like ZooGX on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So why is Sony willing to drop the price of the PS5 digital edition so low? Higher margins for digital games and services, and the user will never buy a disc. Lower margin. Sony earns around 50% more when you buy a third-party game digitally versus physically, 30% more on first-party. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a difference.
So yeah, like both. Well, actually, no, technically all three console manufacturers, they are trying to push digital super hard because they earn a lot more if you buy digital.
Jokes on them. I like using physical games too much.
There's also the thing that it has been a tradition with consoles that they sell the console at a loss and then they earn money by selling games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's it for what was the release date again for the PS5?
November 12th for most countries, the US and most other countries, and then November 19th for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
What was Xbox Series release thingy?
November 13th everywhere.
Okay, so I guess they're pretty close to each other then.
Yeah. The split release date for PS5 is a bit weird, but
So here's a screenshot of the new Call of Duty game. Thought I'd just include that as part of this. No, this is Resident Evil 8. They showed a new trailer of RE8. I didn't bother including the trailer here because I'm lazy, but then again, the trailer was extremely similar to the reveal trailer, just a few more slightly different scenes.
I will say one thing I did actually kind of like that is weird, but it was like how the illustrations they made when Mia's like telling the fairy tale. I thought that was really cute.
Yeah, I think that's part of these screenshots.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we see the kitchen. What do they have? What do they have? They have a lot of film grain. They have a shit ton of film grain in the kitchen. They can clean that up.
Can I turn it off?
Oh god, look at that exposure. Jesus, I can't see a thing.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine?
Sure. Oh, basket. Why is that over here?
That's a basket case.
It's gonna fall on her head. That's gonna be the first jump scare. The basket of text. Oh yeah, this.
Yeah.
I liked it. I think this is actually cute. It kind of reminds me of like a Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, that's film game.
This was so. Man, this felt so random. Like, is this a different game all of a sudden? What's going on?
Yeah, it is really weird, but I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cute that they like do this kind of illustration for it.
Do you think this is gonna be a major part of the game, or just part of a cutscene? Like part of a cutscene?
Probably a cutscene.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be a cutscene. I mean, I think a lot about this game was just that it was like a passion project from developers. Like it was Revelations 3, got promoted to RE8. Oh, I mean, RE Village, my apologies. Oh my god. So to me, it just seems like this might just be for cutscenes purely because they're just having a lot of fun, like making this type of RE game. Like they have all these ideas, now they kind of get to just do it.
What does this guy say again at the end of the trailer?
I think he mentioned something about window shopping.
So that kind of implies that he might be the merchant of this game, like RE4 style merchant, maybe.
Yeah, just a lot less charming.
Yeah, way less personality.
Like I want to go up to a merchant, and then the first thing I hear is him going, "Oh, welcome."
That's a nose. That's a nose. Just in case you were wondering.
It's like just quit nosing around.
This is the village in Resident Evil Village.
Oh, right.
Shocker. Yeah. And you can tell that some of these things look very RE4-ish, so it's perfect reuse for RE4 remake. Which is fine. I don't mind that they do that.
This is the weird symbol thing.
Mm-hmm. Someone dropped
spooky lady, spooky old lady.
Way too happy.
Oh, spooky werewolf.
That's just me before I get a shower every morning. I don't know what you're worried
about. This is what happens if you don't brush your teeth, kids.
Yeah, this is what happens when you drink too much soda and don't brush your teeth and eat too much candy. And that's me every morning. So don't worry about it. That's just me. That's just a selfie of me. I've been exposed.
Oh no. The big castle thing?
Yeah, and that's Salazar's castle from RE4.
Red ritual thing?
He looks very sad. I don't want to hold hands again.
Did they have like a press release or anything for? No, I don't think they had any like new text for RE8. I think it was just a trailer, some screenshots, and that was it. So it doesn't really say anything, but I thought I'd just include screenshots because I don't know. Do you guys want to mention anything else about the PlayStation stream last night?
Spider-Man looks good still.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Final
Fantasy 16.
Oh yeah,
that
was announced.
Yeah, that did just kind of happen.
And
action-based combat, very strong medieval
vibes.
Like
I didn't really see the RPG in this critically acclaimed RPG series. It's an action game though.
I know the battle system is directed by the guy who directed DMC5's battle system. So
really?
Yes. It's DMC5's battle director who's in charge of Final Fantasy 16's combat.
You know, if it's just all action and there's no RPG nonsense going away, I might be more interested in that than I thought.
Has
Could be
that
fun.
has that only been announced for PS5?
So
And
on
I
the
think
show,
it had a PC.
so the trailer, they said they were demonstrating it on a PC emulating the PS5 experience, and then at the end of the trailer, during the stream at least, they said it's a PlayStation 5 console exclusive, also available on PC.
No, okay.
But I've heard some reports that after the presentation they were sort of backtracking on the whole PC thing,
Ugh.
which is kind of rubbish. But I don't really have a source for that, so I don't know what's going on with there. It's definitely coming to PS5. That is literally all I know about Final Fantasy 16.
Can
What do you
they
guys- what?
can they just like pick their wording more carefully so
Yeah.
they don't have to backtrack? Because it's like you're getting people's hopes up, and then you're like smashing them, and that's gonna upset people a lot.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like unnecessary confusion going on all the time in like the AAA games industry. It's getting on my nerves, man. It's getting on my nerves.
I can tell you're growing.
Devil may cry.
Thanks, Virgil.
God,
What do you guys think of Virgil's music theme thing?
I love it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Oh yeah, actually, that's something we didn't talk about during the DMC5 section. The track will be available on streaming music platforms on Monday.
That day,
Oh yeah,
if our positions were switched, would our fates
I like it a
be
lot.
different? Would I have your life?
Why not PC? Why not PC? What is wrong with them?
I don't know.
What is wrong with them?
Look, I'm gonna hold it. I'm as foolish as it may be. I'm gonna hold a tiny sliver of hope for that AMD thing in October. I'm gonna follow that closely and see what happens, because they always inevitably announce like game exclusive like tie-ins at those events when they're showing off their fancy new graphics.
Hmm. Oh well.
Oh well.
I hope it does eventually come out to PC. But I don't know. Like Capcom is weird. Like DMC had a special edition which never came to PC. That has always been PS4 and Xbox One only.
The reboot, right?
Yeah, the reboot.
Yeah.
Like they're usually pretty good about PC stuff, but like now and then like the DMC thing happened, and also like Monster Hunter World stuff has always been super late to come to PC. Like it just
Like
sometimes Capcom is more like Capcom from 10 years ago.
Yeah, they eventually hit parity in Monster Hunter World, but it was well after the release of like the physical games. It was a bit of a pain in the arse for a while. The music. Oh dear.
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry! Yay!
I guess that would be it.
Yeah, I think so.
There's TGS next week. Might be news there.
EDF.
MVC4, MVC4, MVC4. That's not-
You really think that's gonna happen?
No, but I hope.
We
It
should
just won't
see.
go in a fighting game.
We should see King Fighters 15 at TGS.
It has been a while since we've seen that game.
I hope the art style is better than 14.
They said that Evo we will get King Fighters 15 news soon, and that was a month ago now. Yeah, actually, I think nearly 2 months ago. I don't know.
I assume the COVID-related cancellation had something to do with that.
We'll just have to wait and see. Only 1 week away.
At least I know for sure there's going to be EDF6 news at TGS, so I'm happy.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, I think that's it. I wish I could be happy about this, but it's such a weird situation. Like, it's cool, but also a little bit lackluster, and then it's super disappointing in the way that hey, only a small part of this is coming to PC.
Yeah.
It is the most important part, at least, but still, like, I want Legendary Dark Knight mode. I just want all of this.
Yes.
And even though some stuff is possible to mod in, like Turbo Mod, it's still nicer just to have it as an official feature than having to mod it in.
Yeah, like that's just a hassle.
But yeah, I think that's it for now.
Bye.
Oh, boy.
Bye.